We take a simple little zip tie and a sensor that's about the size of a quarter. It's a lot like an Apple Watch or a Fitbit.
New at 4, the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office is the first department in the Midwest to roll out a new device to better track the health of inmates in jail.
So inmates wear the device, which checks their vitals more than 700 times in just a minute. This way, if there's any problem, jail staff will know immediately and can then get help. News on 6's Reagan Ledbetter is live with more. Reagan?
Well, Brian and Shannon, this device will allow jail staff to keep an eye on the health of inmates, all from a phone screen. Now, in the beginning, they'll be able to monitor up to 32 inmates at once, with the goal of preventing deaths in the jail.
As soon as he's cuffed, that sensor goes on. Evan's going to hold that smartphone right up to the sensor and hit that blue plus button. The sensor is checking Ian's vital signs more than 700 times a minute.
John DeFalco with Foresight Labs says the Custody Protect device will notify jail staff and dispatch immediately if an inmate is in medical distress.
We would have alarm bells flash that look like this. You have an alert go off, this will make this sound and flash.
Sheriff Vic Regalado says it can take only a minute for an inmate to commit suicide or for someone to overdose. He says this device can help save lives.
When we're talking about inmates going into distress, minutes and seconds mean everything between life and death. And we think that this will cut that in half.
Regalado says the workforce is shrinking, so they've been looking forward to this type of technology that can help them continue to do their job effectively. He says it will allow them to better care for inmates in jail, but also out on the streets when a suspect is in handcuffs.
And with human effort alone, it's not possible enough to monitor people closely to protect them. So when people come into this situation, our deputies and police officers have to go from arrest to rescue in the blink of an eye.
This system, we believe, has the potential to be a game changer in law enforcement, not only in the jail setting, but out in the streets in which we answer calls for service.
Now, Regalado says they'll start using these devices in the mental health pod first, then eventually be able to give them out to deputies to use on the streets. Now, the long-term goal is to be able to use these devices for all inmates. Live in Tulsa, Reagan Ledbetter, Oklahoma's own News on 6.